We were going through a phase of where everybody was looking at memory foam mattresses because they were very comfortable. But people start to realize with memory foam mattresses is when it comes to temperature and regulation, temperature control, it became a little bit different because in the summer they stay warm, and in the cold they stay cold in the winter. It's a UK based manufacturing company where you can tailor anything. If you want a pink headboard with a black footboard and green side panels, we can make that happen. My daughter sort of became the inspiration for me to start my own thing.
What is a quality mattress?
Okay. I'm gonna make this very simple for you.
Go for it.
All that is irrelevant.
You know, women love different types of beds and different. Men are quite simple sometimes. You know, it's a bed, but the women, oh no, it's not just a bed.
90% of my DMs are the women. I'm actually, Pete, I'm a fully qualified Islamic faith advisor.
Hi guys, this is Entrepreneur Insights, and my guest is the wonderful Ameer Khan from a company called CSH, and he's going to talk to you all about how he began and where he's going, and most importantly, what he does. Afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Mr. Peter Francis. How are we doing?
I'm fine. So first of all, tell us how young you are.
Well, I'm 33 years old.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like I'm about 21.
Okay, well that's even better. And now tell us what your business is.
So we're called Comfy Sleeps Home. We're a bespoke bed company, but our specialty is in the TV bed factor. So we make bespoke TV beds.
And who do you make the beds for? Is it for like couples, or
Yeah,
what do you know what I mean?
yeah.
What?
It's TV. I would say the majority of our client base it's probably the younger generation, whether it's couples. That's not excluding the slightly, you obviously fall into the younger category. I'm talking about, the 30, 35, 40 plus range. Everybody wants a bed, right? And why not have a bed built in with entertainment? Because a lot of people have their TVs on the wall and stuff anyway, don't they, Peter?
Yep.
So what we do is we make it easier for them because it's very convenient for storage purposes. If you don't have the space or if you don't have the wall, you can go for a TV bed, and it's a lot more compatible. It's a lot more easier to have.
Brilliant. Okay. How long has your company been running for?
So we've been running now this is our 8th year that we have started. But at the beginning, we were focusing on just the normal beds, TV beds, especially bespoke TV beds. Now, TV beds have been around for a long time, but bespoke TV beds, where it's a UK based manufacturing company where you can tailor anything. If you want a pink headboard with a black footboard and green side panels, we can make that happen.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to take you back a bit, bro. What did you do, right, before you got into the beds? Before you did anything like that, what did you do from school? Yeah. In fact, what was your ambitions from school? Because I bet it weren't nothing to do with beds.
100% was not. I'm actually, Pete, I'm a fully qualified Islamic faith advisor. So
okay.
yeah. So I'm that's what I'm fully qualified in. So I've got a bachelor's degree in applied Islamic sciences. It's a 7-year intense course here in the UK, actually. And from that point on, I can 100% tell you, I didn't want to just get into making beds. So it sort of I got married very soon after I graduated. We had our daughter, and then my daughter sort of became the inspiration for me to start my own thing because I wanted to spend a lot more time with her. Obviously, when you're trying to work and you're trying to do everything else, at some point you're going to have to neglect the people at home just to try and make things work. So that's the main purpose of me wanting to start my own business. And And the easiest thing that I found at that particular time, and a friend actually recommended me, is we get into beds. We didn't make beds from the beginning. We were literally buying them off a supplier
Uh-huh.
who worked with trade, and then we would just make our profit on top, and we would sell them on the, whether it's the Facebook Marketplace, whether it's Gumtree, whatever we could. We were that exactly how we started off.
So so your daughter made you started to get beds, yeah? Your
Yeah, I
daughter's
would
the
say
one that
so.
made you get the beds. Is that because you wanted in a separate room from you and your wife, or is it just that
Hey, my
she
wife's not listening. I
she
hope.
had you had a horrible bed, and you thought, you know what, I got to make a bed that's going to be entertaining for us. I just wondered because it's very unusual for someone to say, I want to make beds. It's not a job that you think of at school, like from school, like you just said, you're a scholar,
Yeah.
and you pursue that to what level?
I'm actually I haven't left that.
Right.
So there's an institution here locally where I do a lot of work voluntarily, and they actually require a lot of services. So when I say scholar, Peter Francis,
Mm.
sorry, Peter. Well, we know each other on a
Yeah,
first
yeah.
name
That's
basis,
it
my
doesn't
brother.
matter. It doesn't
No,
matter.
matter. I keep reading your little prompter there as well. You need to get rid of that because I know you as Peter, and I keep saying Peter Francis.
That's all right, bro. That's cool.
Okay, so um, it's a lot more. There's a lot more involved and stuff rather than just becoming an Islamic advisor. So I deliver sermons to hundreds of people on a almost on a weekly basis.
Right.
Um, I stand up in front of multi faith organizations. I've worked with local churches. I've worked with local hospitals. So there's a lot. Yeah, I've sat down with people like the mayor of Wakefield and West Yorkshire's. So there's a lot of work involved when it comes to my expertise. So having a business,
Mm-hmm.
especially a business where it works around me as opposed to I have to work around the business, was very, very important. So I can balance work. I can balance. I studied 7 years, my brother. I can't just leave that to a
Right.
side
Yeah.
and have nothing to do with that whatsoever. So having that balance where I can also give time to these types of organizations is very, very important to me.
I gotcha. Okay, so let's tell me about this. What is the process of making a bed?
Okay. So we start off. Obviously, we help a lot of
Just
UK.
just before you go ahead, because it
I know what
normally.
you're thinking, and listen, bro.
But anyway, yeah, go
I'm not
go
going there. I'm not biting Peter. I'm gonna be professional.
go for it, bro.
Okay. So we help a lot of local UK based suppliers. So all our supplies are bought from the UK, and we buy them local. Once the supplies are brought in, whether it's the wood and the materials, etc., the foam, we turn into a frame. So because we're bespoke, right? We make everything to order. So a customer will place their order. We'll obviously know what they're ordering. The frame will get made first in our warehouse. There's three framers there. Once they've made the frame, it gets passed on to quality control. Quality control ensure that the frame has been done correctly. Then it gets moved on to the upholstery team. The upholstery team are responsible for the foam, making sure the fabric's the right color, the material's the right one, making sure that the headboard heights are correct because different customers want different things, right? So
Yep,
when you're
yep.
working with a bespoke, there's a lot of moving parts involved in the making of a bespoke bed.
Hmm.
And
So
then
have you had anything? We'll carry on with that, but I was just waiting to ask you: have you had anything that's so abstract? You think, what the hell? Why would someone want this?
I'll be honest with you, a lot of the time we've got an inside joke in the factory. Whenever a new order comes in and it's a particular abstract or a particular uh, thing that we're not used to, we'll just have a little look at each other and we'll shrug our shoulders and we'll be like, listen, the customer gets what the customer wants. For us, making it makes no difference. Yeah, we just need to build exactly what they want. But I remember one particular design, and I know you're gonna laugh at this one. So what happened? The customer, they wanted the bed. We made it for them. It was a TV bed.
Okay.
and it's actually all over our socials as well. Comfy Sleeps Home. You'll be able to see this design
Yeah,
we
yeah.
made. Um, but they wanted after the TV part, they wanted like a seating area built, incorporated onto the actual bed itself.
Okay.
So it's a huge bed, a TV bed, a massive one. But they wanted that part incorporated onto it. I remember when this customer came down to our factory and he was telling me about it, and he was like, "Whatever you're thinking, it's not that." So I was like, "How do you know what I'm thinking?" He goes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
"He was like, no, no, it's not for that." He goes, "I've got cats and I've got dogs,"
All
and he
right.
goes, "Yeah, listen, it's not that either." And he goes, "I've got cats and I've got dogs, and they just like to chill next to my bed. So I want
Right.
to create for them a seating area as part of the bed where they can just chill there." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
well, it makes sense in the end, doesn't it?
It makes sense in the
I
end. We got
mean,
there."
well, although some people, might want to sleep with it. Well, I would
Hey,
never do that. But
yeah,
some people sleep with their animals. But yeah. So then you make the frame. So I could say to you, all right, Amir, I want a frame. I want a big, massive love heart. And in that love heart, I want mirrors because I'm like that. I want
yeah,
mirrors all over the place on this nice wooden oak made of oak bed, solid frame. You
yeah,
can make that for me?
100%.
Wow.
That's the benefit of bespoke. With all due respect to like companies like DFS and Very or whatever, you can go to them, but you can only really buy what they've
It's,
got, right?
it's on display. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and if you wanted that, you might find the perfect color, Peter. It's absolutely amazing. I love that color,
Mm.
but it's not available in a super king size. You can't do
Okay.
anything about it.
Mm.
Or vice versa, you might have found the king size bed that you wanted, but you wanted it in a black, or you wanted it in a blue, or you want it in a different color. So that's where we come in, and we can take that hassle away from the client.
Wow, wow, that's good. That is good because women love different types of beds and different. Men are quite simple sometimes. It's a bed, but the women, oh no, it's not just a bed.
90% of my DMs are the women, because they're the ones that will go down to the intricate detailing about
Yeah.
how we want it, what headboard height, what size, etc.
Mm. So do you aim your market specifically at women, or what do you do? Tell me, how do you do this?
So now, in terms of marketing, everybody needs a bed.
Mm.
So because it's such a product where it's and sometimes you don't need one, right? You need two, three, four, five sometimes. So I don't think we don't specifically target women. What we do is we target customers who are in need, whether it's newlyweds, and you'd be surprised, newlyweds is a huge targeting market for us, because 9 times out of 10, either they're moving into a new home once they've got married, um, and then they'll obviously need new furniture, and that's where
Yeah.
we come in. So newlyweds is a big part of our new build developments as well. Sometimes we'll do leafleting into new build developments, so we'll need to just go into the development area, and we'll just throw in our leaflets.
Hmm.
So when either whether it's the buyers or whether it's the developers themselves, they'll look at it and they'll say, "Oh, okay, yeah, we could do with something like this in our new home." So
Hmm.
they get in touch. So it just depends on but I would say this. I would say that the elder um, market generally don't go for these types of beds.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's simply because they like a lot more minimalistic type, simple. We're not bothered about what color and stuff. As long as it does the job, it does the job.
Okay. So, but you also make beds for kids, I presume.
Yes, we do.
Children's
Yeah,
beds, yeah.
yeah,
Bunk
yeah, yeah.
beds, bunk beds, all
We
different
don't do
types of
bunk
beds.
beds. The reason why we don't do bunk beds is in terms of upholstery, there's only
Okay.
certain amounts you can do when it comes to upholstering a bunk bed, for example. Very rarely you'll see, Peter, that there's a bunk bed that's been upholstered with velvet or faux. Very rarely. You might
Mm.
get the odd one here and there. So it's not really a target market of ours. But we do make kids beds the standard way. So whether it's a single bed, that's nice little fancy one, and whether it's a bit of a design for safety feature for a kid where they can't, where they don't fall off the side or anything like that. So we do that sort of stuff.
Okay. You mentioned quality control as well. Like, I presume you do mattresses.
Yes, we do. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. So, okay. I, I've always been confused by this, right? But I buy a quality mattress only because they say this is quality, this is good for your back. What is a quality mattress?
Okay.
Spring compared to foam compared to whatever they say.
I'm gonna make this very simple for you.
Go for it.
All that is irrelevant.
Come
None
on,
of
then.
that, none of that, Peter, matters if you lay down on a mattress
Mm-hmm,
and you find it comfortable. Peter,
mm-hmm.
what do you care about what's inside that mattress?
I just care about good night's sleep.
It's the
Uh,
selling point. It's
mm,
I'm very open when it comes to this stuff. It's selling. Oh, it's got this and it's got that and it. But
memory foam and all that.
what are you comfortable with?
Right.
You could be comfortable with £150 mattress. If that's what you're comfortable with, you've got yourself one heck of a deal because you found a cheap one. You
Mm-hmm.
don't need to go out and spend £800-900 on a mattress because it's got duck goose feathers in it.
Here you go, sir.
It doesn't make a difference. It's about what you find that's compatible to you. Now, the important thing to keep in mind is longevity.
There you
So
go.
more than just what it's got fillings and stuff, it's the longevity of the mattress.
Mm.
That's where you might pay a little bit extra to get a mattress that might be a little bit more thicker, a little bit more firmer because it's got the correct materials in there. But outside of that, I would never say to a client who's asking about a mattress, I would never go into the details about telling them what's inside, unless they specifically asked and they specifically wanted to know. I wouldn't. It's just pointless. Come down to our factory,
Mhm.
come down to the warehouse, lay down on it, bring your missus over, lay down on the mattress, yeah, and if you like it, take it.
So it's as simple as that with you. Yeah.
What's
There's
that?
no if, buts, or maybes. If you like the mattress, you take it. And you're saying there is no such thing as like, oh, this is better for your back, orthopedic mattress or anything like that. That
No,
doesn't come
that's
to.
that's a different conversation, Peter. If
There we
somebody's
go.
yeah, of course, yeah. If somebody's suffering from back issues,
Yeah.
and they've been recommended an extra firm mattress, I
Right.
would then show them a range of our extra firm mattresses. Past that point, it's up to them now. So even in the extra firm range, right? You can get different types of fillings, you can get different types of springs, you can get different types of things. That's the bit I wouldn't go into. I would say to them, right, you've been recommended an extra firm mattress. There's 7 of them. Lay down on each one. Tell me which one you like best.
Okay. What's actually in the mattresses then? What do you use to put in the mattresses?
So you get different things. So you get
Mm.
springs, you get pocket springs, you get foam mattresses only. There was a time when a lot of us we were going through a phase where memory foam, for example, everybody's heard memory foam, where
Yeah.
we just go through where we were going through a phase of where everybody was looking at memory foam mattresses um, because they were very comfortable. But people start to realize with memory foam mattresses is when it comes to temperature and regulation, temperature control, it became a little bit different because in the summer they stay warm,
Mm.
and in the cold they stay cold in the winter. So people started to move away a little bit from just memory foam mattresses, and now with technology, we do a mattress. It's called a cool and warm mattress. So the top mattress part of the mattress is cool, and you can flip it over, and it'll be warm.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
You're right. This is so. People will never realize how technical a mattress is and a bed until they hear what you're saying. So if I come to you and I say to you, look, I want a mattress that's going to last me at least about 6 years before I change it, or is that too long? You could tell me.
No.
Uh, on
Yeah,
a
that's fine.
wonderful bed frame, and what would you recommend me?
It depends. I would say to you first, Peter, my brother. Do you like watching TV in bed on?
Uh,
Hey,
yes, it depends what I'm watching, but yes.
yeah. I mean, we spend a lot of time when we go into bed. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? We spend a lot of times on our phone, right? We scroll and we go through. Take away that element of scrolling through. If you've got a partner with you,
Hmm.
you sat down together, you're watching TV together, you're having a bonding moment together, turn it into a cinematic experience, have some nice LEDs and stuff that we do as well. And you're actually spending time with your loved one. You're spending time with somebody who you care about, and you're actually bonding with them. You're watching a movie from the comfort of your own room. You're not both on your phones, scrolling on your phones, or you're not in a cinema somewhere. You're in the comfort of your own home. You've got the kids downstairs. And here's another thing I bet you a lot of people didn't think of when it comes to TV beds. If you've got kids outside of school days,
Hmm.
a lot of the kids, obviously, we know kids wake up earlier. Generally, they tend to wake up earlier than the parents, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Especially for some reason during the holidays.
Until they get to their teens, and when they get to the teens, you can't wake them up. They sleep forever.
Exactly right. But the teens are not gonna. Hopefully, the teens are not gonna come and jump in bed with you. You know, for
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it's usually the younger kids, right?
Yeah.
So they'll come up, and it works with my kids, Peter. We'll just switch on like whatever it is that they want to watch on. They're in bed. You get a couple of hours more sleep in there.
Mm. Oh, I see. You're using it as a like a trapping tool. Yeah, you come on, kid.
Just at the beginning, just at the beginning.
Mm,
And then during the day, obviously, we'll busy him in something else. But
mm.
the morning times is a bit difficult.
So tell us about the price ranges of your beds compared to the normal bed.
So a normal standard bed, because we manufacture the beds ourselves, Peter, we are able to keep the cost as low as possible. Um, a TV bed would generally cost around the 1300-1400 mark. When you keep in mind the high street brands are selling them for 1600-1700 onwards, and they're not bespoke. They're imported in from other countries. I think our price point is pretty reasonable for what you're getting. The standard bed costs around £400 to £500, depending on the design. Because it's bespoke, it very much depends on the design element of it as well.
Yep.
We've actually moved away, Peter. I just wanted to mention this as well. We've actually moved away from just the standard freestanding beds now as well. You'll see on all of our socials, on our Instagram and TikTok, we actually do full wall headboards now as well, Peter. So yeah. So you can have a full wall headboard with a specific type of design that you want. You can have mirrors there on the side. We can incorporate LEDs behind the headboard. You know, I know you like mirrors and stuff, so you'd love that. Um, so we can do all of that stuff with the bed base, and has it as a TV bed as well.
Right. So your price range is quite reasonable. That's because you
Yeah.
manufacture them yourself.
Mm.
That's absolutely brilliant.
You know, we don't. Everything has a warranty and a guarantee nowadays, right?
Hmm.
I always say to my customers, if our products come with a 3 years manufacturer's warranty, for example, right? If it gets to 3 years and 2 days, Pete, and something happens to your bed and you drop, we're not gonna now say to you, listen, 2 days, mate. It's no, we're a family business. We rely on relationships. Get in touch with us, drop us a message, and any one of our friendly team can give you a hand and hopefully find you and create you exactly what you've been thinking about and bring it to life.
Brilliant, bro. What I was going to say to you, have you got any future plans? Is it just going to be beds for the future? Is there something else that you might want to get into with the beds? I don't know.
For me myself, I want everything to be in a position where I can focus. I want to do charity work. It's
Okay.
something that um, I've always been wanting to get into. And do you remember Frank Bruno?
Yes, indeed.
And he had an amazing foundation as well, right? So I'm recently reached out to them, and hopefully I'll be able to start my charity journey with them and see how we can work together with them. But it's something that I want to focus on, and I want to be able to have the time to be able to focus on charity work as well.
When you say charity work, though, what do you mean? What do you want to do for the charities?
So, for example, if there are a lot of people, children especially, who are unable to move around freely, where they whether they're in wheelchairs. So we want to be able to create for them, whether it's mattresses or whether it's beds, just because they're unable to either number one afford them, or number two because they're in a position where they can't get these things. We want to be able to donate some of our products to these organizations, to these charities, whether it's children's charities or whether it's something similar along those lines, and be able to work closely with those types of charities specifically, and see how we can, as a furniture manufacturer of bespoke furniture, how we can work with them and help them out.
And so far, you've only reached out to Frank Bruno, or are you reaching out to
I've
others?
reached out to a few. There's a few that we've reached out to. I'd have to go through my DMs to
That's
mention the
fine.
names, but there's a few that we've reached out to. But the main thing focus now is trying to be able to free enough time during the day where I can focus now. I've got a team who in place at the minute who are absolutely doing fantastic. work. Shout out to the CSH team, who work behind the scenes, who don't get the credit, who deal with customers, and who have to do all of that on a day-to-day basis. So once I've got everything in place, that's my next thing that I really want to focus on and give back to the community, because our community has been they've been absolutely amazing to us. We've got a huge following, Peter, on our socials. Our Instagram, we've got 28,000 followers. Our TikTok, we've got 225,000 followers.
Wow.
So we've got a lot of people following us, and I want to be able to honestly give back to the people. So let's see how that goes.
One question I forgot to ask you is, how long does it take to make the actual bed from the start to the finish? An average king size bed, great mattress, design, love hearts all over the bed. How long will it take to make up something like that?
So with the current team in place, we can probably manufacture approximately 4 to 5 beds in a day. I would say the whole process probably takes around 3.5 hours for a bespoke bed from start to finish.
I thought you were going to say months, but my man said for hours.
Yeah, we've got if you've got the team in place, it's all about the team in place.
Right.
If you've got the correct team in place, if you've got enough of the team there, then the part that takes longer, believe it or not, is the shipping and the transportation.
Right.
That probably takes the longest part of having to arrange that and schedule that and everything. That's why most companies would have weeks when it comes to delivery times, but the bed itself doesn't take that long to make.
So basically, I ordered a bed today. I probably can get it by the end of the week.
Calm down, Peter.
That's what
Not that quick, but you asked me how long they take to make, not how long they take to deliver.
That's funny. Good. So I ordered a bed today, and I'll get it when in a month's time.
No, you probably get it within 2 to 3 weeks.
2, 3. Well, that's it. That's still good, bro. That's still bloody good. I'll tell you that.
We're working on trying to bring that down as well, but at the minute, that's where we're at.
I know, Ameer, it's been a pleasure talking to you, bro. Man, what could I say? This is the man. If you want a bed, bespoke bed, made for you and your partner, don't put a name on it just in case you leave her. But a bespoke bed. This is the man that you need.
I know I told you before we came on air, right? But I just want to say, guys, Peter is absolutely hilarious. Go on and listen to him, because honestly, not only is he hilarious online, but you should know him offline. He is the funniest and the most kind individual. So certainly drop him. Make sure you give him some love as well.
Just before we go, I know of you, and I know that you like giving back to the community, right? There's something that you haven't told us. Please tell us the time when you donated to a charity just because of your nature. Tell us about that.
I don't really like to. I don't really like to talk about the stuff that we do outside.
We need to know.
Okay, so we from time to time what we do is our company Sleeps Home will sponsor. We'll buy a lot of food. We'll hire out a space. We'll obviously let people know through our socials, whether it's our Instagram and TikTok, and we'll try and get local Facebook pages and stuff like that, and just put a message out that at this particular time and this particular date, we'll be hosting almost like a soup kitchen type of thing, where anybody can just come along. Whether you're struggling, there's no charge. We don't charge you for the food. There's nothing involved. We'll just give you whatever it is, whether it's a little burger and some fries, whether it's some homemade naan and some chicken masala, whatever it is. We'll just try and give back to the community. So we've done that on a few occasions, but things like that I mentioned, during the podcast, I want to be able to do that interview, on a larger scale. So things like that I really want to be able to focus on. We don't charge for things like that. When we do them, it's mainly simply because the community has given us so much. I want to try and give back just a tiny percentage of that back to the community as well.
And the last thing I need to ask you is, when you say, where are you based, by the way?
So our factory is in Wakefield. We're based online, Peter.
Hmm.
So if you want to find us, the easiest way to get hold of us is online. But we have got a factory, obviously, where we make our beds. It's not open to the general public unless it's by appointment. So if you want an appointment, you want to come down to the factory, just get in touch with us. There's loads of means, whether it's through our TikTok, Instagram, email. We've got numbers on there. Just get in touch with us, and we're more than happy to arrange an appointment for you to come down to the factory. Have a look at how you normally see the finished product, right?
Yep.
Well, how about having a look at how your bed's made from scratch to finish?
Brilliant. What's your social handles, etc., etc.?
So our socials are, if you look on, find us on Instagram, we're called Comfy Sleeps Home.
Hmm.
Same thing with TikTok and same on Facebook. Alternatively, you can go on our website www.comfysleepshome.co.uk, where you can find a lot more information about our company, about the beds that you're interested in, and anything else. Just DM us. I like to consider ourselves a very local family business.
Absolutely brilliant. Ameer, it's been a pleasure to have you on Entrepreneur Insights. This guy's doing things
Likewise.
with beds. Yeah? So if you need a bed, don't forget, check out Ameer. Take care of
Yeah.
yourself. Like, and people don't forget to subscribe to the channel.